Today's show is all about quick fixes. We've got one for you. Trouble sleeping? Wait till you hear about this quick fix. Joining me now is Dr. Doug Gateman with the Ascend Pain Institute in Appleton, and he brought along a couple of visitors to talk about sleep apnea and a real quick fix that you might not have thought about. Good morning, Dr. Gateman.
Good morning.
So tell us who you brought with you today.
I brought Dr. Kramer and one of his success stories for sleep apnea without the sleep machine, the iPad that they use. The reason I got into it was my pain patients don't sleep well. I always ask them, is it because of pain and whatnot? 9 times out of 10, the patient snores, and they hate the bypass machine. They hate the sleep apnea machine. So I've talked to some ear, nose, and throat docs I know who prescribe other things, and one of them was dental appliances, which I thought was amazing. And so some of my patients have gone that route, love it. Got rid of the machine, and they sleep much better.
I have to tell you, my mother-in-law sleeps in a whole other room than my father-in-law because he's on the sleep machine. So they're loud. You have to take them with you when you travel. You need distilled water, yada yada yada. I had to run out and get distilled water in the middle of the night when they came to visit. So I understand it does work for some people, but it may not be the only answer. So Tom, let's talk a bit about your problem. What was going on with you?
Well, I had apnea, had been diagnosed, did the sleep study, and went through the whole procedure. And at first started out with the CPAP machine, and just didn't have a lot of luck with the machine. Uncomfortable, especially with my beard, different things fastening to the face. So I explored different options and called Dr. Jim, and he had me come in and start the procedures for a dental appliance.
Dr. Kramer, let's talk about that. Who would have thought that a simple wearing a retainer type appliance would actually help people sleep? How does that work?
Well, the way it works, CPAP, which Dr. Gateman was describing, pneumatically opens the airway. And it's very effective, but about 60% of people can tolerate it. So you have 40%, it's just not for them. Tom was a perfect example. So the way an oral appliance works is it's basically an upper and a lower mouth guard that positions the lower jaw forward and open, and that maintains the airway. It improves the dimension of the airway. It also activates the muscles in the floor of the mouth to keep the airway open. Part of our sleep, the muscles of our airway are paralyzed, and so that's when most people are having their apneic episodes where their airway is completely closing off. And so the appliance helps solve that.
Have you had a lot of patients and this helped them?
So far, the success stories, Tom is probably one of my biggest success stories because he's severe, his numbers were off the chart. And primary indications for appliances are more for mild to moderate patients. And Tom, in the severe case, CPAP is usually what the pulmonologist is always going to recommend. And if they can't tolerate it, we have to go to plan B. So it's not for everybody. There's some contraindications for it, but the success is pretty well documented.
Tom, how are you feeling now? I mean, you're sleeping, your family's sleeping, your
Yes.
wife's sleeping?
Wife is sleeping, I'm sleeping better. It's just I feel better during the day. I'm not tired when I wake up. So that's been a huge plus. Before I started with the device, I would be tired 6, 7 o'clock in the evening and be ready to go to bed, and throughout the day also. So this has allowed me to be more flexible during the day. And also I think a big point of the oral device is it's smaller, it's more compact, it's easier to travel with, it's easier to do a lot of things.
And it's comfortable, you get used to it?
Correct.
Not a big deal.
After the first week, I actually go to bed now, and if I don't have it in, I'm like, whoa, where's my appliance? So I go looking for it.
Like wearing a retainer after braces. You get used to it. Dr. Yateman, I can't believe, who would have known, but that's what you guys are all about. Any kind of pain, you don't have to live with it. You guys can step in and help no matter what it is.
Yeah, we do take it down piece by piece, and this is one of the pieces of the puzzle. You don't sleep well, your pain goes up. So a little bit of this, last time was the allergies. Everything adds up to big pain. So if you just start taking pieces of it apart, you start doing better and get more active. Works well.
Thanks, you guys. Great to see everybody. Nice
Thanks.
to meet you guys. And Dr. Yateman, we'll see you again.
Yep,
Appreciate it. Again, the Ascend Pain Institute in the Valley. Check them out if you're having any kind of pain. Dr. Yateman will figure it out.